All right, speaking of saving money and getting the most out of your dollar here in terms of energy, Artie Rose is here from Solar Alliance of America again today. We're going to just call this Solar 101 today because I ran into some folks up in Alpine today, and hi to Jack and Elaine. They're watching this morning because I started talking solar to them, and they said, we're in. Right. I said, well, watch the segment in the morning. We'll give you the basics on how this works. So basically, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, most people, Mark, when they think of solar energy, they think it's for somebody else. They just think exactly. It's kind of like when computers first came out. A lot of people were a little hesitant to jump in. And really, it's really just a matter of choosing your provider. It's kind of like television, Some people go cable, some people go satellite.
Sure.
Well, when it comes to your utility, you have a choice. It doesn't have to be SDG&E. And what many people, like yourself and many of your neighbors and your parents, just change providers, and instead of paying SDG&E, you get free energy from the sun.
And you buy this system. It's your system. From the moment that you install this thing on somebody's roof or out in somebody's yard, if they do it on the ground here, instead of it's theirs. They own the system. So they own their own generating plant. That's what it amounts to.
Basically, that's what it boils down to, Mark. And what we wanted to talk about today is really how simple it is. This is not something that's going to tear up people's houses. As you know, most of our installations take anywhere from 1 to 3 days. It's all done on the outside of the house.
Yeah, nobody has to come in for anything.
In most cases, we don't even have to go into the attic. It's all done outside of the home. People don't even have to be there. And why not, get control of your energy bills?
Okay, so the steps are very simple. First off, we want you or one of your representatives to go to somebody's house and just review their bills and explain to them how you can cut down their bill. But you need a year's worth of bills to look at that because the sun is out, longer during the summer. We have winter weather that you need to average that utility bill over a year.
Right. And as you know, Mark, solar is not for everyone. That's why we go out. Number one, review your utility bills. We'll sit down, review your bills, and we'll be the first ones to tell you that possibly solar is not for you. Secondly, if you qualify, and by qualifying, people should have a minimum monthly utility bill of $150. If they qualify, we're required to do a site inspection. It's outside the home. It normally takes anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. We do a free shade analysis. There's no cost or obligation. It's just a matter of seeing whether the home qualifies. We pull the permits. As I mentioned, the installation takes anywhere from 1 to 3 days. And next thing you know, people are saving money.
Yeah, and folks, I wish I could emphasize to you how happy I am and how what Artie is saying is even understated. I didn't even fill out any paperwork. Your folks did all the paperwork, and all I did was just sign.
Right.
After they filled out all the forms and the applications to the government.
All the rebate paperwork we do. Now, this is a diagram really to show you how simple it is. Either the panels go on the roof or they get put on the ground, what we call a ground mount. Some conduit, some wires is run to what's called an inverter, and then from the inverter we tie it into the meter.
So basically the inverter is real simple, folks. This is DC power like a battery. The inverter turns it into AC power that goes into your home.
Right.
It goes right into the meter, and the moment that Artie flipped the on switch on my meter started turning backwards.
It's really that simple.
If the sun's out, it's turning backwards and it's taking kilowatt hours off of your meter.
Think about how many people have Dish Network or things like that. Think about how primitive your old TV was with your 3 or 4 basics.
Right.
Now you got a satellite dish and your world changed. Same thing happens with solar energy. You put these panels on your roof or on the ground. Next thing you know, your meter's spinning backwards, and it's free energy from the sun.
Okay, so without going into the whole financial aspect of this today, folks, it's very simple. The government pays for 30% of your system, a full 30%. You get that back as a tax credit on your tax return. It's a check that the government writes you. The state pays for part of this. And in the end, Artie balances the whole system out so that it's just right for your home. Every system is different. You require a different number of panels to lower your bill to the level that you decide to lower it.
Right. And this month, Mark, we're running a special. We're actually going to pay the sales tax. We pay for the permit. Most importantly, Mark, for 18 months, there's no payments and no interest. Now, why is that important? What you just said. People start to receive monies back from the state, the federal government, and utility savings before they even have to consider paying for the system.
All right, folks, you call Solar Alliance of America. Artie Rose comes out and explains it. The explanation takes less than 30 minutes, I promise you. And for the first
15
callers, Artie will give you a $50 Visa gift card just for the privilege of coming to your home. Remember, you have to own the home, you have to have a bill of $150 a month or more, and pay taxes.
Why not find out the facts, Mark? Instead of people thinking solar is for other people, as long as your utility bill is $150 or more, we can go out there, show them how they can own a system, and here's the key: pay for it with other people's money. Pay for it with your federal tax money, with your state rebate, and most importantly, with your utility savings.
All right, folks. Solar Alliance of America, it's Artie Rose and Jack and Elaine. I hope that answers your questions. Now, call Artie back and make an appointment right now, and you might even be one of the first 15 callers and get the $50 Visa gift card on top of everything else. No obligation at all. Artie, great to see you.
Always a pleasure,
as
Mark.
always. All right, for more information, you go to san diego6.com. You just click on San Diego Living.